You walking like you own the room, like rules don't stick, don't follow you. I've seen your type, I know the play. You shine a little, then you fade. So I step close, I set the tone. A practice smile, a voice like velvet stone. You should have folded nice and clean. You didn't. You don't look away. You don't look away, you don't even blink. You're not falling fast, you're not on the brink. That's new, that's interesting. There's static between us, feel it spark. Every move I make misses the mark. I know this dance, I know this part, so why don't you? There's static between us, sharp and bright. You don't lean in, you don't play nice. I twist the line, you twist it twice. What are you doing to me? I tip the truth just how I like. Make danger feel a little light. They always follow, always fall. You don't. You meet me there, you hold your ground like you don't hear the warning sound, like you don't scare the way they do. You don't. This isn't smooth, this isn't clean. You're stepping past the in-between. That's wrong, or something new. There's static between us, feel it spark. Every move I make misses the mark. I know this dance, I know this part, so why don't you? There's static between us, out of line. You don't fall back, you don't fall in time. I pull you close, you redefine. What are you doing to me? Careful now, get soft, play it clean. Don't get caught. I laugh it off, I play it right. I've done this game 1,000 nights, but something's cutting through the noise, and I don't like it. The static between us can't get clear. Every step I take just pulls you near. You don't react the way they do. You never do. There's static between us, I lose the frame. You don't fall in, you don't play the game. I don't like this, I want it again. Just a spark, just a line, just a glitch out of time. Just a spark, just a line, just a glitch out of time. Just a spark, just a line, just a glitch out of time.
Chapter 2. Static Between Us. The room was predictable. It always was. Asterion leaned against one of the carved pillars near the edge of the ballroom, glass untouched in his hand, posture relaxed enough to look careless. It wasn't. It never was. "They're staring again," Petrus murmured, just behind his shoulder. "They're always staring," Leon replied. "Not like this." Astarion didn't turn. "Do try to enjoy yourselves," he said lightly. "It's terribly dull when you all start sounding concerned." A soft laugh. Violet somewhere to his right. "They don't like us. They don't like anything that breathes wrong," Aurelia added. "Or doesn't," Petrus said under his breath. Astarion's lips curved. "Yes, well," he murmured, gaze drifting lazily across the room. "Their discomfort is rather the point." "Better than sitting in the dark wondering what to do with ourselves," Petrus muttered. Astarion didn't respond, but the corner of his mouth twitched. They'd been doing this more often lately. Finding places they weren't wanted. Testing boundaries no one could enforce anymore. After Cazador, after the silence where his voice used to be, none of them had quite known what to do with themselves. Freedom had come all at once, sharp, unstructured, and far less satisfying than it was supposed to be. Wizards, at least, offered something to push against. He found her immediately. Of course he did. Still near the edge. Still composed. Still. Wrong. She's looking again, Petrus said. Is she? Astarion replied, too casually. She hasn't stopped, Leon added. That gave him pause. Only briefly. Astarion took a slow sip from the glass, more for the motion than the taste, and let his gaze find her properly this time. She didn't look away. That was new. Most did. Some pretended not to notice him at all. Others noticed too much. Nervous glances, poorly hidden curiosity, the occasional bold stare that collapsed the moment he returned it. This was neither. She was watching him like she had already decided something. How unfortunate, he murmured. A quiet snort, Leon this time. For you? For her, Astarion replied smoothly. Deliria's voice softer, threaded through the group. Careful. He ignored it. He pushed off the pillar with an easy grace that drew just enough attention to be intentional. Don't start, Leon said. I haven't started anything. That's the problem, Astarion smiled. Try not to frighten this one off too quickly, Aurelia added. She looks different. Astarion's gaze flicked back toward Gale. Yes, he said quietly. She does. He crossed the room at an unhurried pace. Measured. Effortless. Every step was calculated. Where to look, when to look away. Who to acknowledge just enough to be remembered, and not enough to be held. By the time he reached her, the room had already begun to shift. It always did. Back so soon, she said before he could speak. Astarion paused, just for a fraction. Then his smile returned, smooth as ever. I do like to make an impression, he said. One should never leave something, promising unattended. Gale's brow lifted slightly. Is that what this is? Isn't it? She studied him for a moment. Not shy. Not flustered. It was inconvenient. I thought you were enjoying yourself, she said. Oh, I am, he replied lightly, but I find myself distracted. By me? There it was again. No hesitation. No uncertainty. Astarion let out a quiet breath, almost a laugh. How wonderfully direct. I find it saves time. I suppose it would, he said, though it does take some of the fun out of things. Gale's lips curved just slightly. I didn't realize this was meant to be fun. Astarion tilted his head. Everything is meant to be fun, he said. Otherwise, what's the point? And what, she asked, is the point here? He stepped closer. Not enough to touch, just enough. To see how far you'll go, he said softly. And you? She asked. How far will you go? As far as I need to. It should have landed. It always did. But something in her expression didn't change. Not impressed, not intimidated, interested. That was different. You assume I'm something to win, Gale said. I assume everyone is. And if I'm not playing? Astarion's gaze lingered longer this time. More careful. Everyone's playing, he said. She shook her head. No, she said. Some of us just know the rules well enough to break them. There it was again. That shift. Astarion felt it. Sharp. Brief. Annoying. Well, he said, smoothing it over, that does make things more interesting. Does it? He stepped back. Reset. Enjoy your evening, Gale, he said. She didn't stop him. Didn't call him back. Just watched him go. And that was the problem. Astarion slipped back into the shadows, the familiar presence of his siblings closing in around him. Well? Petrus asked immediately. Astarion slid one hand into his pocket, the other lifting slightly in a casual gesture. Well, he said lightly, glancing back toward her. I've got this. A quiet chorus of amusement. Leon didn't laugh. That's not what that looked like, he said. Astarion's smile didn't falter. Do enlighten me. Leon stepped closer, lowering his voice just enough. You're lingering, he said. You don't linger. I do when something's interesting. Petrus snorted. Since when? Astarion's gaze flicked toward him. Since now. A beat. Leon folded his arms. That's exactly the problem. Astarion turned then, just enough to meet his eyes. Oh, do go on, he said, voice smooth. We came here for a distraction, Leon said. A little chaos. Something to unsettle them. And we're doing that beautifully, Astarion replied. No, Leon said. You're focusing. Astarion laughed softly. How dreadful. I'm serious. The humour in Astarion's expression didn't fully reach his eyes this time. So am I, he said. Leon held his gaze, longer than most would dare. You're curious, he said. Astarion's smile sharpened. And? And you shouldn't be. A pause. Behind them, Violet shifted, amused. Aurelia watched more carefully. Dal said nothing. Astarion tilted his head slightly. That sounds dangerously like concern, he said. It's experience, Leon replied. Silence. Then. Astarion looked past him. Back toward her. Still there. Still watching. Still not looking away. His smile returned. Slower this time. Relax, he said softly. It's just a game. Leon didn't answer. And that? More than anything. Was inconvenient.